So I thought I'd make a short vlog after promising I would, but I wanted to wait until the time was right, and I had something that was semi-interesting to share. I've just come out of a Bikram class this morning here in Paran. I was supposed to meet somebody and they didn't show because they chickened out. No, I'm only joking, I'm not judging. It is hard if you've never done it before to do something new, especially when everybody else around you is telling you it's going to kill you, it's going to kill you, you won't be able to do it. I was like that the first time I went with Jasmine back in Auckland. I don't know how many years ago it was now, probably about 6 years ago maybe. But my first class was extremely hard. I remember wandering into the class in Auckland and thinking, oh, this isn't too bad, it's just like being on the beach in Brisbane. It's just that hot, and Jazzy gave me a knowing smile as though to say, we'll see. And yeah, 10 minutes later I felt like I was going to collapse. But look, the thing is, I've never collapsed. And I remember the teacher in Hamilton, it was probably a couple of years later when Kashka had a job in journalism and she was working for the Waikato Times, that she had to do a story on the new hot yoga, Bikram yoga studio that had opened in Hamilton. That she had to do a story on it, and she had to go along, and she invited me, and I was like, no, I am never going back to another Bikram yoga class ever. But Kashka talked me into it, and I went. Totally different class, totally different vibe, and I loved it. And then after that I was going on a fairly regular basis, just with work commitments. It was always a bit hard to get to all of the classes. Kashka went on to do a 31-day class, which was really fantastic. So in Australia, I've been in Australia now for over 18 months, nearly 2 years. And I had a hiatus from most exercise really, started running again, but even found that hard to schedule in. And I've had a problem with my Achilles heel over a period of time. It comes and goes, but anyway, have been doing some runs. But for my birthday, Jazzy again bought me a pass for my birthday this year, and I'm a miser, don't want to waste money. So I thought, you know what, she's paid for it, I'm going to go, I'm going to max this. And I went and I loved it, and I joined up soon after, and I've been coming on a Saturday morning, and I've been doing the Kundalini yoga classes and the hot yin classes, and it's been great. But the Bikram yoga one is the one that I really, really enjoy. And I guess for those people who are watching, you know, for my friend who was supposed to come this morning, didn't come, and all of his mates were telling him, you know, well, what's going on with you? And this is the thing with guys as well. It's like, oh, it's yoga, you know. It's like it's not anything that's particularly masculine. But I'll tell you what, oh my gosh, you know, I've taken some friends to Bikram yoga, and they realise it's pretty tough. I have admiration, and the class today was probably about 8 guys in the class this morning, and you work really hard. So the thing for me is with Bikram yoga is I get on the mat, I look forward to lying on the mat, and that's the first. It's sort of an indication to my body. It's like my body tells itself it's time to relax, it's time to let go, to be mindful, to be present, to be in the moment, because unless you're in that frame of mind with the Bikram yoga, then you're just not going to be able to enjoy the class. And I learned that. It took me several months to realise that you know, you need to go deep into the poses, and when they say deep into the poses, that means stop thinking about the poses, as in, oh my gosh, you know, this is going to hurt me, this is going to pull me, oh, I can't do this, I'm sweating, I'm hot. Just try and still the mind, as no matter how hot it is, just observe, still the mind, and just go deep into the poses. And for those who know Bikram yoga, there's one called camel, where you bend right back, and you bend, and you get your hands on your heels, you've got your stomach on here, your head back, and it took me months to get that one. And I remember the teacher in Hamilton telling me, you know, if during a class, because I was pushing myself to do it, but I was thinking about it too much. And she said, look, don't, I remember saying during the class, and I was not embarrassed, but I was like, oh, I'm trying my best. Once again, the ego. And I remember I saying, oh, look, just don't go all the way back, just go halfway back, Kevin. And I was like, oh no, I can do this. But then after that, I did listen to her, and I did only go halfway back for the next few classes, until I kind of got my head around this fact that you just have to let go. And as soon as I let go, then I could do it. I'm not extremely flexible in my hips. That's a bit of a struggle for me. I need to do it more. I probably need to come at least 3 times a week. Got a busy job. But that means I need it even more. So having a busy job doesn't mean that you don't need it. Actually means that you probably need it more. I just wish they'd move the class a little bit later so I could do a couple of classes in the week. Anyway, so for me, the Bikram yoga, it sets the scene for the weekend. It helps me to relax. I lie on the mat, I do the poses, I come out, and strangely enough, it's the next day when I feel the most benefits. I feel extremely flexible. And what happens is it's really quite peculiar. The next day, normally I wake up in the morning with like loads of gook and things that I have to wipe away from my eyes, my chest. Just loosens everything. I think the temperature kills bacteria in the body and it flushes the bloodstream out. I'm not too sure of this the biochemical effects of Bikram yoga, but I'm sure the heat must do something. It cleanses the body. But normally the next day I feel great, and I always look to, obviously with being vegan, plant-based, I eat fairly well, obviously vegan junk food from time to time, but right now I'm just on my way to get some acai, which is a ritual after Bikram yoga on a Saturday. Going to get a bowl of acai in Armadale, go home, have a drink, and I'll try and eat really healthily all day. Yeah, so there you go, that's Bikram yoga Saturday. It's fantastic, really enjoy it, love it. I recommend it. I've never, like the teacher used to say in Hamilton, I've never lost anybody yet. I think it's great as a form of relaxation, strengthening exercises for your mind. It helps you to feel really grounded. Obviously, it won't be everybody's cup of tea. I remember starting to run years ago, and somebody said, I remember being of the opinion, thinking, I'd rather watch paint dry than run. But hey, there you go. Been enjoying running for years now. Just give it a go. I think it's definitely, all of these things, completely and utterly a mindset. Your body wants to do things. It wants to be energetic. It wants to be active, and you need to give it the opportunity to be active in some way. It doesn't have to be Bikram yoga. It doesn't have to be running. It can be a walk. Always good to get the cardiovascular system going, to build up a sweat. Just to use that energy. I think it's really good. Very cleansing. Sweat now, cleanse the blood, get air into your body, fresh air. Even on a day like today, it's really rainy. It's rainy. Actually, it's very unusual here in Melbourne. It doesn't rain half as much as it did in New Zealand, which I actually miss. I love the rain. Just a different mood. But anyway, even on a day like today, you can still go out for a nice walk. It's fantastic walking in the rain. Very refreshing. Once again, mindset. You're not going to die of the flu. You're not going to die of pneumonia. Just go for a nice walk in the rain. Anyway, that's me. Happy Saturday. See you later. Bye.